What's up everyone? So we have learned a lot about list in previous video, that how we can do looping inside list, multiple loops inside list, and so today what we are going to learn is that we will learn about passing list inside a function. This is a very common approach to solve the problem statements in real life as well. So it becomes a very important video. So let's get started with this video. So let's say I want to prepare a function which converts all the items of a list into negative items. For example, let's say I have a list of nums which contains the items 1, 45, 23, 45, 54 again, and let's say 20. What I want to create is I just want to create a function which will convert all the items of this list to a negative numbers. So it will turn 12 into negative 12, 1 into negative minus 1, 45 to minus 45, and go on similar manner. So what I can do is I have to define a function, right? So how do you define a function? First of all, you define a function def and you give the name of function. Let's say my name of function is neg. Neg is my negative, I can do negative. Negative is my name of function. Inside that means I have to create a function which will turn a list to negative, right? So what my input inside a function will be? My input inside a function will be any list. So let's say my list is here A. Now I'll just create any random list, any random list by any random name, empty list. You will understand it later on why I am creating an empty list. So let's say that list is neg items, means negative items, which stands for negative items, and it is currently empty list. Okay, so what I want to do is now I want to for I in A is my list name, right? Here whatever I enter, what I want to do is that in this list A I will run a loop which will what it will do is that neg items dot append I. So what that if loop is running inside any list A, so what it will do is that it will just append the item. I will append minus I, sorry, it is not I, it will be appending minus I. So for I in A, let's say, okay, I'll give you the clarification later on. Let's create a function first, and then you just exit the for loop, and then you write return. What I want to return is I want to return a list with negative items, so neg items. I have stored that list in neg items. So this is I have created a function, right? This is I have created a function. So if I want to see the results, I'll have to call this function, right? So I'll call this function. So my function name is negative, and inside that I will put that list in which I want to see the results. So for example, I want to see the results with nums. So if I call that function, so you can see minus 12, minus 1, minus 45, all has been done. Now I'll explain you how this is happening. I can also write any other list here. Let's say I have a list JKL, I have my list name, and I have a list with 12, 45, 4 and 98, simply this. And if I want to convert this into negative, so negative, and here I write JKL, my list name, it will give me minus 12, minus 4, minus 98. So this is how it becomes very simple using functions. Now let's see how this is functioning. You can just ignore it for right now. First line, what the first line means is that we have given a input inside a function that is A, and that A is a list, right? So we have given a function A list, and inside this function we have a empty list, because I want to why I have created this empty list is because in future I'll know that I am going to run a for loop, and with the help of for loop I am going to append items. Append items means I will going to add items in this list only. That is why I have an empty list right now. So what I have done is for I in A, so for example my A, if my A is nums, okay, if my A is nums list, which is here, so if A is my nums list, that is nums list was nothing but my this list 12, 1, 45, 23, 40, 54 and 20. This was my nums list, right? So basically what we are running in loop is that for I in A, it means for I in nums, it means for I in this 12, I1, 45 and all. So when I run loop, in first scenario, my value of I is 12. So for this loop, what I'm advising Python to do is you just append the value of minus I in the list negative items. So my minus I becomes 12. So now in negative items I have appended the value. So my negative items right now, it value becomes minus 12. So one with one value it becomes minus 12, right? Now after that for loop is not stored, because this for loop will stop until the list has been ended, until the list A has been ended, and in this scenario A is till 20. So now I becomes 1. Now for I becomes 1, what I'm telling Python to do is just append minus 1, because minus I, right, I is 1, so I is now 1. So I'm telling Python to append minus 1, because minus I to the list negative items. So minus 12 is already there, and you know append ends at the last of the list. So it will end minus 1 here. Minus 1 here. Similarly, it will go on until it reaches 20, and the last value which will be appended into this list negative items will be minus 20. So it will go on in a similar manner, and it will go on to minus 20. So this is how we can use a list inside a function. Great. Now let's see one more example, so you can get better clarity. I have an exercise for you. Now the first exercise is that I have given you a list of permeabilities in millidarcy. Okay, I have this list permeabilities millidarcy, and I want to create a function such that we get output as a list which shows values as even or odd. What I mean is that it will show even to 10, 14, corresponding to 14 it will show even, and corresponding to 25 it will show odd, and corresponding to 33 it will show odd, and similar manner. So first of all I want to create a function, right? Just ignore this permeability, I have the value that. So what I do is I create a function define. My function name I'll check even odd. I'll write even odd is my function name. Inside that function I'll have to give an input, that is I'll give input of any list. So this time say my list name is B. Okay, I'll this time I have to create also again a new list, because so this time I'll have to create an empty list, let's say with the name of even or odd, like that, even or odd, and this is empty. First of all we are going to append in this list only, because what we are trying to do is we are trying to get a output as a list. So first of all we'll create that list as an empty list, and then we'll run a loop, and then we'll append the items in same list only, and we'll return this list, so we'll get the answer. Now we'll run a for loop in our list. So in our list is for I in B, my list is B, correct? Now for this I in B, if I'll write now two conditions, because I have to separate it into even and odd. So if my value, if the remainder how we check, this is how we check the remainder by using modulo. And for even function, if we divide by 2, so the remainder should be 0. So remainder equals to 0. Then what I'll do is just append here even. Okay, sorry, I've exited the loop. Now if I want to write else statement, go outside the if loop, write else here, and then in this else it should be, if it is not even, then it will be the odd value. Append the odd, and now enter the exit the else loop and exit the for loop again, and then now you are inside your function. Then write return what you want the return, because function have to return something, right? And what I want to return is my final list of even or odd which it contains. Now if I run, now this is, I have just defined a function, I haven't run a function. So now if I want to check it, I have to call the function. So my function name is if1 odd, and inside that I will write list which I want to check. So let's say I have a list, this list, I have this list permium, perm. Now see, now it will show me that this 10 corresponds to even, 14 corresponds to even, and similarly 45 corresponds to odd. So this is how a function in the list inside a function works. I'll tell you, explain you how again this is functioning. So for this example, let's say our b is equals to permeability. Okay, b is the b equals to list perm. B can be any list. In this scenario, our b is equals to perm list. So if we go loop inside the perm list, what it is going to return? It will be value of 10, 14, 20, 25, right? Similar way it will go to 45. So first, when we start the loop, the value of I is 10. Value of I is 10. So for this loop, what it will check, if I divide 10 by 2 and if the remainder is 0, means this condition is true, then what I'll do is I'll print even in this case in my empty list, which is corresponding to 10, and else. So now it has printed even for 10. Now my I becomes 14. Now for 14 also this condition is true, so again it prints even here. Now it becomes I becomes 20. For 20 also this condition is true, and hence even here. Now my I becomes 25. Now in this scenario it is checking that if I is 25 divided by 2 is equals to 0 or not. So this condition false, so it will not run anything which is inside if block. It will go to else, and hence it will append the odd to this list, because we are appending to EOO, that list, and that is why odd. So this is how a list inside a function works. Now one thing you can do is you need not create a function. For example, I'll give you example. Let's say I have another list that is permeable 2, let's say, for example, and this permeability list contains 12, 45 and 40, right? You don't want to create a function. You are saying, sir, I don't like to create functions, I'll just write a code for this one, for generating the same results. So for that, what you can do is you just create an empty list. Let's say this time list is if odd, this time list is this. You create an empty list and you write a code such that for I in my permeability 2, if I 2 is equals to 0, what I'll do is I'll just append in my list if1. Similar I'm writing from the above. Else what I'll do is I'll append odd to my list. Nothing wrong in that, nothing wrong in this. And now this list has been, now if I want to print my even odd list evod, it will give me great results. It will give me good results, means my results are exactly same what is required. So 12 becomes even, 45 becomes odd, and 40 becomes even. But now for when let's say you have multiple lists, you want to check for this, you want to generate these kind of results for multiple lists. So if you are not creating a function, you'll have to write this similar way of code for each kind of list. But if you have a function, what you can do is, so if I want to generate the same result for this list using my function which I have already described. So my function name was even odd, right, which I have created in previous cell code, previous even odd, and I can simply put here my list permeable 2, and it will give me the same results. So this is what functions do. I have also told you before that function, in case of function, you just write a code one time and you can use it with any amount of list, any amount of arguments or parameters. So even if I have 10 list of permeabilities, what I'll do is I can just change inside this and it will give me the results. Is each time I change the list inside this, and if I don't have a function, I'll have to write this much amount of code for each list. So this is what functions do. This is how functions make your work easy. Now okay, I have another question for you. So porosity, I have given a list of porosities in percentage. What I want to do, I just want to create a function which returns the list with these porosities values in fraction. So these values are in percentage, 10%, 12%, 16%. What I want to do is I want to generate output which gives me 0.10, 0.12, 0.16. But I can say, let's say create a function. If I go for function, let's say my function name is fraction, okay, and it takes a list. Let's say this time it takes a list name p. Now if I go, I'll create, because I want to generate a list, I'll always have to create a empty list here. So my empty list here will be, let's say por frac, means porosity in fraction. Now this is my empty list. Now I'll run a loop, for loop in my list p, for I in p, because my list name is p. What I want to do is, you just simply want to add fraction inside this empty list, right? So you want to add for frac, this is my list name, empty list name. I want to append values in this value, and here what I want to append, I want to append 10 by 100, 12 by 100, 16 by 100, like that, right? So whatever the element of my porosity in percentage is, I just want to divide that element by 100. So I'll append this I by 100, and after exiting the for loop, I'll return my list p. So if I'm entering this p, sorry, I'll return my list por frac, because I'm adding data to this. After loop has been ended, all the items has been appended as I by 100. This list I want to print again. So if now this time I have called the function. Now if I call this function fraction, my function name, now inside this parenthesis I will enter a list which I want to convert into fraction. So my list name, let's say I have por list. So you see I'm getting the answer. So this is how you can do. If I have, let's say, another list, let's say I have another list of por2, and it has list 15%, 45%, 89%, and I want to convert these two fractions. I'll simply write my function again. My function name is fraction, and here I'll write the name of list, that is por_2. Great, you're getting the desired results. So this is how we this is how we use functions and lists side by side. Now I have an assignment for you. I have given a plenty of examples, and I'm sure you must have understood by now. So I have an assignment for you. What you have to do is, okay, you have to make a list using range function. What that list contains, it contains the value of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 using range function. Store this list in variable s underscore water, which stands for saturation of water. Great. Now in the problem statement, what is given, that the saturation of gas is 10%. Say the saturation of gas is given as 10%. Now you have to make a function. You have to make a function that returns the list of saturation of oil for each saturation of water. So this after this list, it means that I have a list saturation of water, but in percentage I have a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So for each value of saturation of water, we'll have to, and given that gas saturation is 10%, I have to create a list using function which gives me saturation of oil, right? So my saturation of oil, okay, I'll not give you further more hints. So just try by your own self, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining.